Welcome back to Attack on Titan Anime Review, episode number 19. This one I'm viewing the 51st episode of the anime, Thunder Spears. Yeah, an appropriate title because, well, there are Thunder Spears in this episode. Yeah, what the Thunder Spears are, they actually explain in this episode. They're basically, essentially put explosives that are shaped like spears, and they're basically like thunder. Their purpose is to kill Titans. Kind of like the old sword. The only reason why they upgraded to this, now it's also explained that apparently this was technology the Interior Police kept hidden from the Survey Corps. If the Survey Corps had this would cut it down their death count probably by at least, I'd say 50%. Because it's also explained, it also works effective against normal Titans. Yeah. So not just mainly that they're using it to kill the Armor Titan, who was Reiner. Yep, this episode is edited from chapters 75 and 76 of the manga. Yeah, chapter starts off with Reiner climbing up the wall. Well, one of the many portions of the wall comes to the wall to come across the troops. Well, to confront them. He doesn't do anything to them. We see the Beast Titan basically punching the ground, and of course Eren Armin basically notices a Titan who's on all fours and has luggage on it. Yep, they notice this particular thing. And then, of course, they send off people to various directions, like send a couple groups to protect the horse, because they need to protect the horses to get out of the place. And send the other two groups to take on, well, Reiner. Eren, of course, decides to... Part of the plan is to transform the Attack Titan, draw Reiner off the wall. Of course, Reiner himself sees Erwin and does nothing to him at all. It's great you get the chance to hear the inner thoughts of Reiner. His strategy he's going to do, possibly kill the horses, and of course you see the transformation of Eren into the Attack Titan. That's what they've referred to this thing as. It's been referred to as the Attack Titan since, I think it was like since season 1 of the show. Since Eren first transformed into this thing. Misuke, of course, is obviously worried constantly about Eren in the episode. Armin, now he also points out though that Reiner, he points out like how did they figure out that I was hiding the walls? Figure out Armin must have figured out because Armin is a freaking genius. Of course, comes to the wall and gets he sort of chases Eren for a bit, and then Eren basically just goes in the attack. Basically posts out his hardened move, basically making his fists basically look like they're... Yeah, it's looked like he has brass knuckles on. He basically punches the Armor Titan like one point hard in his face, where it knocks up part of the armor around one of his eyes. Yeah, it's basically also one point gets him on the ground, puts him in an armbar. Yes. Now I'm not an expert basically on MMA fighting, because a lot of this is heavily based on MMA fighting, because the two Titans here, the Armor Titan and the Attack Titan, are based upon real life MMA fighters. Of course, the Armor Titan is based on Brock Lesnar. The Attack Titan is based upon a Japanese MMA fighter. I don't remember the guy's name, but it was mentioned in an interview by the creator of the series. And yeah, it's great fight. And basically, they basically just throw each other. At one point, the Armor Titan picks up the Attack Titan by the foot and just wails him around like he's a baseball bat. Yep. And the brawl lasts for a good period of time. And then here comes Team Levi and Team Hange. Of course, Levi himself goes after the Beast Titan. He's like, okay, going after the Beast Titan is a good consolation prize if not killing Reiner. Okay, so he goes after him. And then, of course, Sasha, of course, appears in the episode. She was remarkably absent for last week. She didn't do much of anything. Yeah, and of course, everybody fires the Thunder Spears. First they fire at the eyes, and they fire at the back exposed nape. And Hange just okay, fire one more time to finish him off. And it gets to the point where it looks like the spears are going right near Reiner. And the thing explodes and does a lot of damage to him. And that's where the episode ends. Wow. Such a good turning point. They also mentioned what happened in the last season, where last time that Eren fought Reiner, apparently Eren basically said he looked like he was about to have in the bag until Reiner called for the Colossal Titan. Yep. And both Armin and Erwin are basically wondering the whole episode, where's Barnett? Even I wondered that myself. I think he's going to show up a little bit later. But yeah, as this episode, there's only 14 chapters left to go to be adapted for this arc. So, yeah, we could see this arc wrap up in about 7 episodes. Yeah, I don't think this particular thing will last very long. No, but I wouldn't be surprised, even if they do wrap up this thing, let's say in 7 episodes, because they do like 2 chapters per episode, that they might do the remaining like couple episodes of this portion of the season, just basically just adapting stuff of recent stuff, basically stuff that happened like right after the end of the arc itself. Though they did adapt a flashback from chapter 89 before already, so I wouldn't be surprised if they adapt the flashback stuff from the recent stuff that came out for the Attack on Titan manga for the anime. I wouldn't be surprised about that. Of course, next episode is called Descent. But it doesn't look like that Barnett's going to appear in the next episode. Well, actually, I think he is. Yeah, he's going to appear in the next week's episode somehow. But I hope they explain where the heck he's been. At least in case of Reiner. Yeah, they at least they found him pretty easily. Of course, anyone can see him. He's hiding in the wall. They didn't show which part of the wall. It was pointed out. It was basically he was found by one of the members of the Survey Corps, but Armin was quite near him, so he was able to find him pretty easily by simply taking the butts of their sword, just bang against the wall. That's how they found him in last week's episode. But yeah, that's really it for this particular review, and I'm definitely looking forward next week. I mean, not much else to say. Great episode. And I forgot to comment about this in last week's episode, that the opening theme song, I don't know if I did or not, it's like a partial remix of the original opening theme song. I love the original opening theme song for the show. I didn't like particularly the replacement one they had for the first half of the season. I didn't think it was that good because like the first seasons had great opening theme songs. This season had okay opening theme song, but it wasn't like up to snuff. I was pretty disappointed with the opening theme. And then you get to these past couple episodes, like get to this portion, he's like, man, it's like, I mean, I get the fact you got new visuals, great. The visuals are great, but I kind of missed that beat from they had from the first two seasons. And thank God that my guess is Wit Studio must have heard all the complaints about that particular theme song, because that theme song is nowhere here at all. Unlike in the last two seasons where they actually kept the open theme song the entire season, this is actually the first time I can think of they actually changed the song halfway through the season. Yeah, first time I can think of they actually done this. Yep. And who knows when they're going to adapt the current arc of the manga, because the current arc itself is roughly like, I think it's about 25 chapters in, which by far makes it the longest arc of the entire series. And I've been hearing rumors for a while this might be the final arc, even though the writer himself that he says he has no plans to end the manga at all, despite the fact everybody's pointing to this being the final arc of the series. But who the heck knows, okay? So that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned next for my review of the 12th Star Trek film. For a movie, I'll be next, okay? But do you see the next review. Bye.